There is not a farmer that you could find to do an interview that is saying, I have been made rich because of Donald Trump's tariff policy. What they like more is money in their pockets, and he's not delivering on that. Dems have flipped 25 GOP-held seats. The GOP have flipped 0.
I have a few clips lined up for us to hop into of liberal Jessica Tarlov having to shut down her MAGA co-hosts in their failed attempts to defend the Trump economy. If you can, leave us a like on the video. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers, and let's get right to the content.
It's not one night, it's not 2 nights, it's like 320 nights that he's had to work on it, and he's put into place policies that are making it worse. And last night's rally, I understand it's all going to be chopped up, and that's how people are going to consume it, but it is basically an in-kind contribution to the Democrats. The midterm ads will be full of Donald Trump from last night, saying, you can give up pencils, you don't need that many, you don't need $37 for your daughter, 2 or 3 is nice, so we're doing things right. Prices are going down. My favorite word is tariff. I just helped our farmers out because they're starting to do really well. The tariffs are making them rich. There is not a farmer that you could find to do an interview that is saying, I have been made rich because of Donald Trump's tariff policy.
Right. Well, of course, tariffs just act as a tax on the working class. They tax the working class more than the rich. They're regressive on consumers. But it's funny that he's so unwilling to admit failure that he's trying to literally say he's bailing farmers out billions of dollars because they're doing well. But remember, when the left wants universal health care, free pre-K, college, well, that's woke and socialism. But when Trump bails out farmers because of bad policy, well, that's patriotic, and it's actually because they're doing good. Wasn't MAGA just saying Obamacare is objectively failing because it needs subsidies and need it bailed out by Democrats, but now subsidizing farmers is because they're doing good? It's logic that could only make sense to the incompetent.
Democrats were also busy in Florida and in Georgia, so there's going to be a new mayor of Miami, Eileen Higgins, a Democrat, hasn't won there in decades. I know, before you say it, Brian, there was an independent who was in there in the early 2000s. Still, Kamala Harris won by 1 point, Miami County. She won by 19 points. We flipped another seat in Georgia. So far in 2025, Dems have flipped 25 GOP-held seats. The GOP have flipped 0.
It really is stunning to see, and it is a complete destruction of the fabrication or the idea that MAGA ever had a mandate, which never really made sense if you thought about Trump having run for 2 years, having had a previous term that he could run on, barely beating a candidate who ran for 100 days, had to make their agenda in that 100 days and campaign by, and only beat her by a couple tens of thousands votes in a couple swing states, 2% in the popular vote. But it also highlights how Americans are rejecting the MAGA agenda because Democrats are flipping seats in Florida, winning cities, districts even, that were deep red, winning them for the first time in decades, and Republicans have failed to do so back to us even once with a single seat, which again is why they're scrambling so desperately to further rig the maps and cheat and gerrymander for the midterms, because they know in a fair democracy with free elections and large voter turnout, their time is limited.
You can say people speak Trump, they love the weave. I get it. I never loved it, but I understand that people like it. What they like more is money in their pockets, and he's not delivering on that.
Again, it's like Bonnie and Clyde lecturing you on public safety. But it's true. I mean, it's hard to take seriously. You guys didn't care. Anyway, yeah. Jesse.
No, you were right. I mean, they have no credibility at all on any domestic policy, and it's fresh in everyone's head.
It gets kind of tiring because these people really are a one-trick pony. I'll show the graphs again. Blaming Democrats for global inflation might work in the moment when people are feeling the effects and they just think, well, any change might be the change that's necessary to snap us out of this. But as they now realize, oh, Republicans definitely don't have any real solutions, well, it's the truth that's going to matter and the results brought from policies. Biden's policies led us to the strongest recovery of global inflation. We had 2.4% inflation with wages outpacing them for over 2 years when Trump took over. Inflation is now over 3% and outpacing wages. Democrats champion higher minimum wages, stronger union presence, universal health care, free higher education to help bridge the gap between jobs that require degrees. Literally only one party in this country shows real tangible policies that will deliver tangible benefits to the working class, while the other has to continuously endlessly convince the working class that the crumbs from the rich guy tax cuts will work this time, they didn't last time, and only failed because of the woke Democrats.